Trilanga Swami, whose monastic name was Swami Ganpati Saraswati, was a Hindu yogi and mystic famed for his spiritual powers who lived in Varanasi, India. He is a legendary figure in Bengal, with stories told of his yogic powers and longevity. According to some accounts, Trilanga Swami lived to be 70 years old, residing at Varanasi between 1737 and 1887. He is regarded by devotees as an incarnation of Shiva. Sri Ramakrishna referred to him as the walking Shiva of Varanasi. Early life. Trilanga was born in Kumbilpuram, now known as Kumili of Pushpatirega Tehsil, at Vizianagaram district in Andhra Pradesh, with the name of Shivrama. His biographers and his disciples differ on his birth date and the period of his longevity. According to one disciple biographer, Shivrama was born in 1529, while according to another biographer it was 1607. His biography has been written by Biruduraju Ramaraju as one volume of his 6-volume project Dhara Yagulu. Shivrama's parents were Narsingha Rao and Vidyavati Devi, who were devotees of Shiva. After the death of his father in 1647, at the age of 40, he gave up wealth and family responsibilities to his half-brother Sridhar. His mother then shared with him the fact that her father, at the time of death, expressed desire to be born to her and continue his Kali sadhana for the benefit of mankind. She told Shivrama that she believed that he was her father, his own grandfather, reincarnated, and that he should take up Kali sadhana. Upon the initiation of a Kali mantra from his mother, Shivrama carried out Kali sadhana in the nearby Kali temple and Punya Kshetras, but was never far away from his mother. After his mother's death, in 1669, he saved her ashes, Chita Bhasma. He would wear her ashes and continue his Kali sadhana day and night, Tivra sadhana. During that time, Shivrama lived the life of a recluse in a cottage, built by his half-brother, near a cremation ground. After 20 years of spiritual practice, sadhana, he met his preceptor Swami Bhagirthananda Saraswati in 1679 from the Punjab. Bhagirthananda initiated Shivram into monastic vows, sannyasa, and named him Swami Ganpati Saraswati in 1685. Ganpati reportedly led a life of severe austerities and went on a pilgrimage, reaching Prayag in 1733, before finally settling in Varanasi in 1737. Varanasi in 1922, where the Swami spent a considerable part of his life. A member of the Dashnami order, Shivrama became known as Trilanga Swami after he settled in Varanasi, living the monastic life. In Varanasi, till his death, in 1887, he lived at different places including Assi Ghat, the Vedavyas Ashrama at Hanuman Ghat, Dashashwamedh Ghat. He was often found roaming the streets or the ghats, stark naked and carefree. As a child, he was reportedly seen swimming or floating on the river Ganges for hours. He talked very little, and at times not at all. A number of people became attracted to him upon hearing of his yogic powers to ameliorate their sufferings. During his stay in Varanasi, several prominent contemporary Bengalis known as saints met and described him, including Lokanath Brahmachari, Beni Madhva Brahmachari, Bhagwan Ganguly, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Mahendranath Gupta, Lahiri Mahashay, and Swami Abhedananda Bhaskarananda, Vishuddhananda, and Vijaykrishna, and Sadhak Bamkhepa. After seeing Trilanga, Ramakrishna said, "I saw that the Universal Lord Himself was using His body as a vehicle for manifestation. He was in an exalted state of knowledge. There was no body consciousness in Him. Sand there became so hot in the sun that no one could set foot on it. but he lay comfortably on it. Ramakrishna also stated that Trilanga was a real Paramahisa, lit. Supreme Swan, used as an honorific for a spiritual teacher, and that all Benares was illuminated by his stay there. Trilanga had taken the vow of non-seeking, aichika, remaining satisfied with whatever he received. In the later stage of his life, as his fame spread, crowds of pilgrims visited him. During his last days, he took up living like a python, Ajgar Vritti, in which he sat still without any movement, and devotees poured water, Abhishekar, on him from early morning till noon, looking upon him as a living incarnation of Shiva. Samadhi. Trilanga Swami died on Monday evening, 26 December 1887. His body was given Salilasmadhi in the Ganges, according to the funeral customs of the monks of the Dashnami sect, in the presence of mourning devotees standing on the ghats. Legends and stories. There are many stories told about Trilanga Swami and his spiritual powers, such that he has become a near mythical figure in India. Robert Arnett writes that his miracles are well documented, and he displayed miraculous powers that cannot be dismissed as myth, and that there were living witnesses to his amazing feats. Trilanga was believed to have lived to be around 300 years and was a larger-than-life figure, reportedly weighing over 300 pounds, 140 kilograms, though he seldom ate. One account said that he could read people's minds like books. On many occasions, Trilanga Swami was seen to drink deadly poisons with no ill effect. In one instance, a skeptic wanted to expose him as a fraud. The monk was accustomed to breaking his long fasts with buckets of clapboard milk, so the skeptic brought him a bucket of calcium lime mixture used for whitewashing walls instead. The monk drank the entire bucket with no ill effect. Instead, the skeptic fell to the ground writhing in pain. The monk broke his usual silence to explain the law of karma, of cause and effect. According to another story, Trilanga Swami often walked around without any clothes, much like the Naga sadhus. The Varanasi police were scandalized by his behavior and had him locked in a jail cell. He was soon seen on the prison roof, in all his sky-clad glory. The police put him back into his locked cell, only to see him appear again on the jail roof. They soon gave up and let him again walk the streets of Varanasi. Thousands of people reportedly saw him levitating in a sitting position on the surface of the river Ganges for days at a time. He would also apparently disappear under the waves for long periods and reappear unharmed. Sivananda Saraswati attributed some of his miracles to the Siddhi or yogic power Bhutaja, conquest over the 5 elements. Fire will not burn such a yogi. Water will not drown him. With respect to his reportedly yogic powers, miracles abound in Trilanga's biographies. An exceptionally long life, Midhasananda writes that according to the science of yoga, attainment of these is not impossible. It is also said that Trilanga is same as Kuzhandananda Swamigal of South India, who has samadhis at Madurai, Tenksi and Batalgundu. Teachings. Trilanga's teachings are still extant and available in a biography by Umacharan Mukhopadhyay, one of his disciples. Trilanga Swami described bondage as attachment to the world and liberation as renunciation of the world and absorption in God. He further said that after attaining the state of desirelessness, this world is transformed into heaven and one can be liberated from samsara, the Hindu belief that life is a cycle of birth and death, through spiritual knowledge. According to Trilanga Swami, that attachment to the evanescent world is our chronic disease and the medicine is detachment. Trilanga Swami described man's senses as his enemy and his controlled senses as his friend. His description of a poor person as one who is very greedy and regarded one who always remains content as rich. He said that the greatest place of pilgrimage is our own pure mind and instructs people to follow the Vedantic truth from the Guru. He described a sadhu as one who is free from attachment and delusion. One who has transcended the ego self. Please join our Telegram channel for these type of spiritual stories, link in the description. You can contact me via my WhatsApp number. Please check the description.